The digital multimeter is set for DC ohm and 20K. You will read while measuring a good 2 amp fuse. A 0.00, B 0.02, C 0.20, D 2.00. The correct answer is 0.00. IRQ cables have how many pins? A 25, B 50, C 100, D 40. The correct answer is 40. Which of the following statements is true? A. Two SCSI devices connected to a computer can have the same ID if they are both hard drives. B. Each SCSI device must have its own ID. C. All SCSI devices must have the same ID. D. SCSI IDs are irrelevant. The correct answer is each SCSI device must have its own ID. What is the recommended way to fix the registry description for the printer driver? A. Delete the spool file. B. Run regedit.x and remove any reference to the printers. C. Run sysedit.x and remove any reference to the printers. D. Remove the printer driver and reinstall it. The correct answer is remove the printer driver and reinstall it. An important first step in troubleshooting which component in a laser printer is causing a jam is to A. Note where in the paper path the paper stops. B. Check all voltages. C. Look up error codes. D. Turn the printer off then on again. The correct answer is note where in the paper path the paper stops. Which of the following items would require UT.O comply with EPA disposal guidelines? A. Keyboard. B. System board. C. Power supply. D. Battery. The correct answer is battery. What should you replace if the brightness or contrast adjustments were malfunctioning on a laptop? A. Fuse. B. LED display. C. Adjustment switch. D. LED display cable. The correct answer is LED display. One of the major components of a PC is the Central Processing Unit CPU, which can be best described as A. The device that sends the monitor signals telling it what to display. B. The area that regulates all of the system power usage. C. The area where all of the basic input-output routines are stored. D. The area where all of the processing takes place. The correct answer is the area where all of the processing takes place. On a leased line installation, a known good external modem shows no carrier detect light. Where is the problem most likely to be? A. In the modem. B. In the phone line. C. In the computer. D. In the DTC equipment. The correct answer is in the phone line. What IRQ is used for COM2? A. 4. B. 3. C. 2. D. 1. The correct answer is 3. What is the size of the reserved memory area? A. 64 kilobyte. B. 384 kilobyte. C. 640 kilobyte. D. 1024 kilobyte. The correct answer is 384 kilobyte. Which would you have to upgrade to install an EIDE drive? A. RAM BIOS. B. A. 286 CPU. C. Controller board. D. ISA motherboard. The correct answer is controller board. A parity error usually indicates a problem with A. Memory. B. Hard drive. C. Hard drive controller. D. I/O controller. The correct answer is memory. What is the I/O address for COM1? A. 3E8. B. 3BC. C. 5F8. D. 3F8. The correct answer is 3F8. The monitor power LED is on but the monitor screen is completely dark. The least likely cause of the problem is A. Defect in the computer's video circuitry. B. Disconnected video cable. C. Defective monitor. D. System RAM problem. The correct answer is System RAM problem. You are about to install a second IRQs hard drive in a PC that has only one IRQs adapter. Your first hard drive will still be the boot drive. How should the second drive be configured? A. As a master. B. As a secondary. C. As a slave. D. As a primary. The correct answer is as a slave. What is your first action when Windows reports that your hard drive is developing bad sectors? A. Replace the hard drive. B. Run sec-colon from DOS. C. Run defrag on the hard drive. D. Run ScanDisk with the thorough option. The correct answer is Run ScanDisk with the thorough option. In laser technology, what happens during the transfer stage? A. Residual toner is transferred to the waste receptacle. B. The laser transfers the image from the drum to the paper. C. The image is transferred from the drum to the paper. D. A negative charge is transferred to the surface of the drum. The correct answer is the image is transferred from the drum to the paper. How many IRQs does a chain of USB devices require? A1, B2, C3, D4. The correct answer is 1. Resistance is measured in units of A. Ohms, B. Farads, C. Helids, D. Amperes. The correct answer is ohms. Which provides the fastest data access time? A. RAM, B. ROM, C. CD-ROM, D. hard disk. The correct answer is RAM. How is ink transferred to paper in common inkjet printers? A. Boiling ink, B. crystal, C. motorized pump, D. screens deflect ink on the paper into the proper positions. The correct answer is crystal. Which component must be vacuumed or replaced during preventative maintenance on a laser printer? A. scanning mirror, B. toner cartridge, C. ozone filter, D. all of the above. The correct answer is ozone filter. Which controller would support an external CD-ROM drive? A. EIDE, B. ARLL, C. MFM, D. SCSI. The correct answer is SCSI. In inkjet printers, what is the most common problem with the paper tray? A. inconsistent printing, B. malfunctioning pickup rollers, C. misalignment of the sheet feeder, D. paper jamming on the ink cartridge. The correct answer is malfunctioning pickup rollers. A customer calls and says her computer won't boot. She can hear noises and can see lights on the box, but nothing comes up on the screen. What should you take to the site to fix the problem? A. hard drive, B. video card, C. power cable, D. power supply. The correct answer is video card. The DC voltage on most circuit boards is A. 12 volts, B. 0 volts, C. 5 volts, D. 12 volts. The correct answer is 5 volts. On a dot matrix printer, regular lube maintenance should be followed, but this component should never be lubed. A. platen bearings, B. carriage rails, C. print head, D. paper advance bearings. The correct answer is print head. The buffers statement is found in what file? A. config.sys, B. autoexec.ncf, C. autoexec.bat, D. neb.cfg. The correct answer is config.sys. What configuration should a Volt-Ohm meter be set to when testing a fuse? A. DC volts, B. AC volts, C. amperage, D. ohms. The correct answer is ohms. What voltage does a 586 system use? A. 12 volts. B. 5 volts. C. 8 volts. D. 3.3 volts. The correct answer is 5 volts. What action will correct patchy, faint, uneven or intermittent print on a dot matrix printer? A. Replacing the ribbon. B. Replacing the timing belt. C. Adjusting the paper feed tension. D. Adjusting the tractor feed tension. The correct answer is replacing the ribbon. What are the most likely conditions for ESD? A. Hot and dry. B. Hot and wet. C. Cold and dry. D. Cold and wet. The correct answer is hot and wet. What is the I/O address for COM3? A. 3E8. B. 345. C. FF8. D. 5E8. The correct answer is 3E8. The following process determines the amount of memory present, the date, time, and which communications ports and display adapters are installed in a microcomputer. A. Startup utility test. B. Power on self-test. C. Power up boot process. D. Power on startup process. The correct answer is power on self-test. In the DOS memory model, the high memory area HMA is the memory. A. Last 64K of conventional. B. Last 64K of extended. C. First 64K above conventional. D. First 64K of extended. The correct answer is first 64K of extended. In addition to I/O port addresses, SCSI adapters also use a range of ROM addresses for their onboard BIOS. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is true. COM1 is typically represented by which of the following? A. 15-pin port. B. 9-pin male port. C. 9-pin female port. D. 25-pin male port. The correct answer is 9-pin male port. A PC with a 486DX2 processor runs internally at 50 MHz. What speed would its external logic be running? A. L0 MHz. B. 25 MHz. C. 50 MHz. D. 100 MHz. The correct answer is 25 MHz. A capacitor is measured in which of the following units? A. Volts. B. Ohms. C. Farads. D. Resistance. The correct answer is farads. Which device uses a DMA channel? A. Modem. B. Network card. C. Sound card. D. All of the above. The correct answer is sound card. Which requires an anti-static bag for transport? A. Monitor. B. Floppy disks. C. Power supply. D. I/O controller. The correct answer is I/O controller. ESD potential decreases with the use of A. Deionizing fans. B. A wrist strap. C. Rubber gloves with matching cap. D. A static meter. The correct answer is a wrist strap. With a dot matrix printer, light then dark print is most commonly caused by A. Erratic paper advancement. B. Erratic ribbon advancement. C. Misaligned print head. D. Overheating print head. The correct answer is erratic ribbon advancement. How many DMA channels are there in an at-class PC? A. 3. B. 4. C. 7. D. 8. The correct answer is 8. A wrist grounding strap contains which of the following? A. Surge protector. B. Capacitor. C. Voltmeter. D. Resistor. The correct answer is resistor. Every video card must have A. CMOS. B. RAM. C. CPU. D. All of the above. The correct answer is RAM